introduce to you all the senior class president and resident vegan, Cassie Walsh.
For those of you who may not yet know me, hello. My name is Cassidy Welsh, and I, with many smiles and great esteem, represent your students, family, friends, my peers, as the president of the Hutcherson graduating class of 2022. To that, I feel I have an important final responsibility today in front of you all, to remind you who we are. In speaking today, truthfully, I could not even consider drawing most of your attention to the phrases, "we did it," or "we made it." Because even though we certainly did it, and we definitely made it, and those phrases may be popular at graduation ceremonies, and it may be true that they radiate a certain emotion in their delivery, they are absolutely unfitting for the Hutcherson class of 2022. If I stood here, introduced myself, and with a shaky voice and maybe a tear rolling down my cheek, said, "We did it," it would sound like we had just barely beaten the odds. That against the will of the world we have graduated, that we were faced with such a challenge that we are lucky to trudge on. I'll tell you right now that we did not just barely graduate. And if there was a moment where we needed to get back on our feet and dust ourselves off, it was because we were in the shops and it was lunchtime. And under a car is nowhere to enjoy a salad. I'll tell you that. Graduating stands among our achievements as a class, not alone. And it certainly doesn't barely stand there. Kayla and Logan don't barely know CPR. Joe and you don't barely know how to weld. Laura and Katie don't barely know how to operate some of the best production equipment in the state. We don't barely do incredible things. Teenage CNAs, iron workers, for Pete's sake, I could throw Leo out in the woods and in a year come back to a 5-star destination. You may not notice exactly how cool and impressive what you accomplish may be, because that's all in a day's work for the last of the best. And we've always had this potential for achievement, this potential for greatness. It was in these last 4 years that we have brought it out in each other. And we must thank the teachers for putting that potential to good use, of course. We, Hutcherson class of 2022, are a collection of rare people. We wake up in the morning and pursue what we love with unwavering stability, unbridled passion, all with an unmistakable charisma that leaves a wake of innovation and ingenuity at our heels. So does this mark the end of our journey? Good. Is this where the tide fades out? Is this it? It better not be. It better not be. And you'll remember this day. Maybe not as a fond memory, but I hope on a day when you're sitting in your car in the Fred Meyer parking lot, or staring at your bedroom wall, worried out of your mind because you just realized living is hard and the world is so confusing and you feel like you know nothing. I hope you remember this day then, because you do know something. You know what types of people make you happy. You know what you need to do to feel fulfilled at the end of the day. You know what it feels like where you are where you want to be. And you'll remember that with our same diplomas but different certifications, that we have all answered the same questions in our own different ways. But today, with our diploma in hand, we shall walk the same way across the stage with Hutch into our own different lives. I suppose I could never tell you for sure what awaits you in your future, whether it be college, an apprenticeship, a family, or job. But right now, I am waiting. We are waiting. We are waiting for you to answer every question you face with another step towards the life you love. Thank you. Thank you again, class of 2022, for letting me represent you this last year. And might I introduce the crowd and class favorite teacher speaker, Mr. Opie.